Are you buying this bullshit, Kirk?
No, I'll be the judge of this.
All right. Talk to me.
Yeah, that's as a professional assassin. The thing I don't get is the hand signals of the people like right behind him or next to him.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because why would you be that close to the guy who's getting shot?
In America over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Yeah. Well, and I heard somebody say that the guy in the black shirt that was like right behind him is a longtime friend and like his like sort of assistant guy.
Yeah,
not
like, that guy. Yeah.
But there's also the white hat guy.
You wouldn't stand next to the target from that distance. I mean, that's like a hard shot to make.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the hand signal thing is a little weird, especially the white hat guy. Like I watched Jimmy's show and you guys were talking about he looked like a third base coach. He totally looks like a third base coach.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, I played softball and that's exactly the kind of motions and things that they do to signal.
Supposed to bless Israel. And what does that even mean to bless? Does it include the modern state of Israel? This is what the debate is about. Or has the church replaced Israel? Ladies and gentlemen, personally, I don't think the church has replaced Israel. If there's any doubt about it, and unless I get some sort of other revelation that tells me I ought not bless the nation of Israel, I'm going to continue to do so. But ladies and gentlemen, blessing doesn't mean that you agree with everything the nation of Israel does. Jesus said salvation is from the Jews, and the Jews are God's chosen people.
This one is so weird. There's no reason for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated, like as far as beyond symbolic to cause
division,
specific reaction. It's not like, so I don't buy the, when are we going to stop these leftists once and for all?
Yeah.
No, they're you know, I've been in Seattle. They're absolutely stupid and maybe and bloodthirsty. They can't use guns like that. That's not it. Okay. This thing where a young man as a trained sniper goes back a long way. So,
yeah.
You know, I don't buy, I want to find out more about that thing where he had pissed off our best friend / Eric Gregory. I would look at that a little bit because 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to be wrong.
Are they saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here? But I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? Israel's besides New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. The whole country is the IDF. The whole country is. And you're trying to tell me that they're going to concerts and kibbutzes? We've pushed back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, so maybe we should also ask a question. Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse. Some people in the Israeli government are saying, again, it's all over the place, right? You have opinions all over. In your opinion, what would a good outcome 5 years from now be, and how does one respond to the claims of ethnic cleansing?
We don't know if it's him or not.
Can't ask those questions.
That guy, man, he was, because I was very hard on him when he goes, I'm just going to trust my friends in the government.
Yeah.
And
we were all hard. I was hard on him. I mean,
well, I assumed that he wasn't a true, I assumed he was like, no, I think he was like a genuine guy. And then you can see him having to put together, it's pretty hard to put together that the entire system of your government is completely corrupt and owned by a series of mafias. Yeah. It's hard to put that together when you're young. I know from just saying it to people that are younger than me, they're all like, that's crazy. And I go, you don't got to believe me now.
That's a really hard pill to swallow, right? Like to realize and come to terms with the fact that everything you ever thought is a lie. Yeah,
so like that's back, and that was a huge amount. Unbeknownst to me, he was pushing back an enormous amount because the stakeholders, by the way, oh my God, I love that title. The stakeholders were, hey, we're the billionaires here, and you're the punk puppet that we are paying.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know,
Many advancing the unsubstantiated theory have pointed to a Twitter X post by Harrison Smith, a personality at the pro-Trump InfoWars network, stating on August 13th, almost a month before Kirk's assassination, that he was told by, quote, someone close to Charlie Kirk that Kirk thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against Israel, end quote. The frenzied speculation has set off shockwaves in Tel Aviv, where Netanyahu was compelled to explicitly deny that his government
that's a
killed
bad
Kirk.
sign.
Yeah.
That's not a good.
Like I said, I think you were having issues. It's like his O.J. Simpson "If I Did It" press tour. You know,
The last time I saw someone in a Utah setting, it was that district attorney who came out to get it, not being charged with anything like this, came out to say he's not a satanic cannibal.
A suspect in a criminal investigation.
Several times David Levitt named himself and mentioned cannibalism and murder. This investigation is about child sexual abuse.
There is no organized ring of abuse.
You're admitting you don't really know the facts of that case.
I don't know what they're investigating, but if it has anything to do with this therapist and the report of 25 years ago, that is 100% false.
Allegations that are there are so outlandish and so crazy that they're just not true. There is no organized ring of abuse. This therapist was my elders quorum president in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He was my neighbor. I had a family connection. When his wife learned of whatever he was doing, she divorced him, and I testified at that divorce hearing. I'm well aware of who the therapist is, and I'm well aware of many of the players.
And everybody's like, why would you? No one said that about you. Like,
yeah. Why are you okay?
This is, it doesn't look good to come out.
No.
But
not
first
good.
of all, Netanyahu, normally, what would he be doing? He'd be like, this is anti-Semitic.
Of course he would. Yeah. And that's coming. That'll be coming for sure. So this is him making sure that you know that Israel did not assassinate Charlie Kirk.
Before I let you go, I want you to address one thing, and it's just the absurdity of it. Some of the internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Charlie Kirk murder, and I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane. That's insane. Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. Israel pushes the sun. I mean, the whole thing is.
Who said
it's
that?
Not only insane, I think it's so absurd, so stupid, and so ridiculous. You can't believe that people are saying this. They just found the perpetrator. They'll get to the bottom of this, but they go, they have no limits. When you hate Jews, when you hate the Jewish state, you're willing to say anything and promote all these absurd rumors. And by the way, they're willing to kill us all the time. I mean, that's what they're doing. And over the centuries, when Jews, especially in the Middle Ages, the horrific Middle Ages, the worst things were said about Jews you couldn't possibly believe. We were poisoning the wells. We were drinking the blood of Christian children. You name it. I mean, these things, that continued actually up to the Holocaust. The Nazis said the same thing. We're carrying vermin. We're spreading disease. And people believed it, and every time they believed it, this was a prelude to a greater and greater massacre, culminating with the worst massacre of all, the Holocaust. Well, since then, we've learned, when people spread these lies about us, prepare yourself for the assault. And, they're trying to delegitimize the state of Israel. Charlie Kirk said to me that, he wrote me this detailed letter, you have to fight the slander. These untruths, these vilifications have consequences. And he was right. But I'll tell you one thing. We're fighting on the battlefield against the terrorists and winning.
You are the
terrorists. And he was fighting on the battlefield of ideas. And I think he was winning. He was going to win. That's why they shot him.
That's why he killed him.
I hope they don't silence him. I don't think people will give in to these ridiculous lies.
Oh, God.
You can't say that every single time. Number one, you go, Israel moves the sun. No. Well, here's what Israel does: false flags, and they kill a bunch of people, and they kill their own people.
Yeah.
So that scumbags like him, this is unreal. It's like if there was somebody was eaten in the neighborhood and Jeffrey Dahmer lives there. We can't say it was this cannibal who did it. Like, you're the ones who are always the problem. Always. Israel, not the Jews. No. Israel, not the Jews. You see how he links himself to all the Jews? That's scumbag.
Yeah, the major public relations push has occurred while Netanyahu wages a military campaign on 7 fronts, punctuated by a regional assassination spree that most recently reached into the heart of Qatar, a U.S. ally. In a September 10th Twitter X post eulogizing the conservative leader, the Israeli prime minister described a recent phone conversation with Kirk. He said, "I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. I heard Charlie turned him down." So
he turned it down because they were calling him anti-Semitic.
Yes.
So this is why Benjamin Netanyahu, this is like giving Robert Maxwell a hero's funeral in Israel, what he's doing. Yeah. Because 2-3 weeks ago, they were calling him anti-Semitic because Dave Smith, my friend, the Jew Dave Smith was on.
Yeah.
And they're calling Charlie Kirk suddenly anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's funny, right? So here's Benjamin Netanyahu, one of the posts that he put up. So Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking truth and defending freedom, a lion-hearted friend of Israel. He fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So 4 days before the assassination, frustration among pro-Israel commentators bubbled over in public during a Fox News interview in which Ben Shapiro launched a chilling attack on Kirk without naming him. Quote, "The problem with a big tent is that you may end up with many clowns inside," Shapiro told Fox host and fellow Zionist gatekeeper Mark Levin in an apparent critique of TPUSA. "Just because you're saying somebody votes Republican, that doesn't mean they ought to be the preacher at the front of the church. They're not the person that ought to be leading the movement. If they are spending all day criticizing the president of the United States as covering up a Mossad rape ring or being a tool of the Israelis for hitting a Iranian nuclear facility." When Kirk took his usual place at the front of the church 4 days later, he was cut down by a sniper's bullet. Within 24 hours of Kirk's death, Shapiro announced that he would be launching his own campus speaking tour, vowing, quote, "We're going to pick up that bloodstained microphone where Charlie left it." Yeah. So, and then here's Tommy Borum, not familiar with him. They would, if Charlie turned heel on Israel, they would have someone shoot him at an open air event, and they would have some idiot groiper with a genetically anomalous issue there to be the patsy fall guy, part of why you never make a deal with the devil in the first place.
That sums it up very nicely, what he said. That sums it up just perfectly.
Yeah.
Max Blumenthal, like I said, Max Blumenthal weighing in on it that way.
And Anya.
And Anya Parampal, both of them weighing in on it makes my wild speculation feel very confident now because
they're usually right.
Ben's going to replace him, that popular guy.
Yes, and let's not even get started with that. But the idea that Ben is so swiftly, after criticizing him just days ago, after going after Charlie and trashing him publicly, again, not naming him, but still everybody knew who he was talking about. So now days later be like, I'm going to pick up his bloodstained microphone and continue his work. Shut up.
Jesse Jackson with the bloody Martin Luther King shirt.
He's so gross.
Yeah, this is the other thing, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be Mossad because these are Zionist billionaires, the mega group you've heard of. So this is just gangsters. Like, Israel can have it farmed out. I mean, they do it themselves. It's just funny. They're real hands-on with their vicious crimes, but
yes, they are.
It doesn't necessarily mean the Mossad. I'm not saying, but I'm saying it was on behalf of Israel. I have no doubt about that because that scumbag billionaire they're talking about that inflates drug prices, and that's how he got that $9 billion and what Tucker asked about.
Yeah.
All that MK Ultra stuff is proprietary technology that corporations have and private entities have. Just like if you're rich enough, you could have Pegasus software. So don't think they couldn't have gone to one of these people and had them, pass word down. That's why they say Epstein didn't work for Mossad, because they're trying to use like the cutouts.
Plausible deniability.
But he did. Like I understand the legalese of it, but it was on behalf of
I agree.
We know what happens when things get tough for Netanyahu. He'll kill anybody. He'll kill Jews on October 7th, and he'll have his what's the guy Gallant? Who's the guy who ordered Hannibal Directive? They asked him on
Gallant.
TV. And then him and Bibi get in a fight because Bibi's too crazy even for him, I guess. And then they comes out, it was given a little bit. The whole country's the IDF. So that means the Hannibal Directive, they killed their own people. So if they do that to Israeli Jews, if that's what the IDF would do under orders, what do you think they do to Charlie Kirk at a crucial moment when they just blew up Qatar? One of the biggest crimes I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
And
listen, Gaza was one of the most it's a tiny area, and it was one of the most surveilled pieces of land on the planet. I mean, period. There's absolutely you cannot convince me, not to mention the fact that the Egyptians warned Israel in the weeks leading up to October 7th. So I'm sorry.
Things that people just blank out if they don't want to hear it. But Charlie Kirk was a true believer. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, surely he knows better. But no, he's a pretty young guy, and he probably started to dawn on him. Somebody gets gradually disillusioned with their righteous cause that they really believed in.
Yes.
And you start asking questions, and then you're in trouble because you asked questions.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
once you ask a question, it's like a snowball effect. You just start to question everything.
Congressman, Fox News contributor. Jason, you were there. I could hear how upset you are in your voice, and I think we all are feeling it. And I just, but you were there. So tell us what happened.
I had traded messages with Charlie prior to the event. When he announced he was coming, I was excited, told him we want to come see him. Then I sent him text saying, hey, hope I can see you afterwards. Hope I can see you afterwards. Our family loves Charlie. Wanted to get, see him again.
Shaken up, but you're doing a great job of, keeping us informed on the lay of the land here and what happened. He was tossing hats that said 47 on them, obviously in support of President Trump.
First question was about religion. He went on for about 15, 20 minutes. Second question, interestingly, was about transgender shooters, mass shooters. And in the midst of that, the shot rang out. Now, I happen to be watching Charlie. I can't say I saw blood. I can't say I saw him get shot, but as soon as that shot went out, he fell back into his left, back into his left, back into his left,
back and to the left, back and to the left.
I think when this story is written, I don't think it was a coincidence that the shot rang out when you get a question about transgender mass shootings.
The people on the extremes, the Islamists, the radical Islamists, and their union with the ultra progressives, they often speak about human rights. They speak about free speech, but they use violence to try to take down their enemies.
That maybe, hopefully I'm wrong. I'll probably get criticized for jumping to conclusions, but I'm just telling you, in the 30 minutes or so, I thought, wow, I don't think that's a coincidence, but we'll see.
So, Jason, obviously there's a lot of images out there, a lot of video out there right now, but the university says that they have a suspect in custody.
Any updates on the suspect?
Yeah. Can I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued, and we all don't get sued, and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job. Getting somebody that you start off with absolutely nothing. And we started off with a clip that made him look like an ant that was almost useless. We just saw there was somebody up there. And so much work has been done over the last 2.5 days. It's amazing, actually, when you start off with that and then all of a sudden you get lucky or talent or whatever it is. But, I think we're in great shape.
Mr. President,
and he's in custody.
Your suspicion was that he was radical left. And now you have more information. What can you share with us about his ideology?
Yeah, Lawrence, let me and by the way, Lawrence is doing a good job. What's going on here?
Job. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
I said you were going to do well. I think that I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in. And that happens when you had some of those good shots. Somebody is going to say, whether it's a parent or whatever, I'd rather not say right now. They're going to announce it today, sometime later, probably talk about that. But somebody close to him turned him, they said, whoa. It's interesting where we had very good pictures, but not great, not perfect. And when you look at it, what happened is somebody, and this happens a lot. It happened with the crazy Boston bomber. It happened with others. Somebody that's close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way, and the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister, and brought him to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, and the father convinced the son, this is it. And again, I'm always subject to be corrected, but I'm just giving you, based on what I'm hearing, they'll give you a much more active. I just heard about it 5 minutes before I walked in. As I'm walking in, they said, looking real good. They have the person that they wanted.
Ourselves,
It
because
makes no sense other than he had a big influence. Like somebody read the demographics of who follows Charlie Kirk and saw he had a big influence. And if you're not for us, you're against us, Charlie. You'll be used as. That's how I look at it, because his views were the most tepid, not radical. People call him a radical. No, he's not. He's what a conservative was for the last however many years.
I mean, he was kind of a douche and had some really terrible opinions that I didn't agree with, but did he deserve to die for them? No, of course not.
That video
and it's
is
weird.
so bad. The video is, especially a 4K clear video.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what we were supposed to see with Trump get shot, and we're supposed to see that go through his head in high definition.
What I think sucks, Kurt, is that I think a lot of people are so desensitized after watching a genocide being live streamed daily to them that I think people have just completely lost all sense of humanity at this point.
They didn't watch it. All of them didn't watch what happened. The way he dies, the people that are talking like it's no big deal didn't see the video. I tried to not see it, and I saw by accident looking at something else, and I wish I could
unsee it.
Yeah, and no, people aren't looking at the genocide. No, they're not. I have to kind of look at it on Jimmy's show, but most people are just not going to look at it.
I see.
They're hearing about it enough to know they don't want to look at it.
Yeah,
yeah. But when you see how you watch somebody's like spirit go right out of their body in front of you, and it almost looks fake at first. It's traumatic. It's just real bad. So people that said all that stupid shit they said, I don't believe saw it, because I think they'd be deeply traumatized seeing that.
It was instant death. Like the idea that they were trying to pretend like he was in critical condition and we took him to the nope, that was instant death. There was no question about it.
It was one of the worst things I think it might be the worst thing I've seen a video of. Honestly, I didn't watch those beheading videos, back in the day that some people watch, but I don't believe this. Okay, like all the kind of I don't know, wokey comic book author chicks saying awful shit. I don't believe that they're stone cold killers. I believe they're overly emotional, actually, and they didn't watch what happened.
Which really there aren't two sides, but
here's where it ends. There's going to be more censorship, and we need to drop this Epstein thing.
Yes.
Are you loyal to MAGA?
Oddly enough, Kurt, the vote for the Epstein files was on the same day, and it got shut down. And that's
is
weird.
that Cutter bombing?
So that's weird. It's
people that say that are not like. Here's what this funny thing is: people say it's stupid shit that you just mentioned. They're not killers. They're losers.
No,
and
they're like beating their chest.
It's not gonna go. We've got to assassinate Charlie. Like to pull off a shot like that and assassinate someone like that. Like that's not just some Antifa. That's a thing they make. They're always the same age.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long people are going to fall for this, but I don't think they keep falling for it, because I can't possibly. This young profile of like happens every time. I brought this up last time. It's never not reported when there's a school shooter, a mass shooter, and they're like, we're going to stop these crimes before they start. Well, how about when everyone says something to the FBI looks into it before it happens?
Right.
We already had that pre-crime kind of thing where you could report someone suspicious.
Yeah, they're useless.
Yeah.
So, okay, I also want to talk about this aspect of it, because Terry, again, another fantastic follower, if you're not following her, she's pretty amazing. So she says the shocking disgusting assassination of Charlie Kirk because quote-unquote political violence is unacceptable, which we've all heard a zillion times in the past couple of days. Rests on the delusional idea that politics is otherwise peaceful and civil. In reality, there's nothing peaceful or civilized about government and political authority. It is literally backed by the barrels of guns, and all laws are enforced through violence. People are conditioned to be blind to this, but on some unconscious level, they must know, or they wouldn't feel so terrified of, resentful toward their perceived enemies gaining power through government and being able to force their views on others through politicians and policy. Saying so isn't intended to minimize the inhumanity of killing anyone, but it's a fallacious narrative and superficial conversation to focus on the scourge of quote-unquote political violence. When it's built into the system, most people tolerate and even revere. And that is a fantastic point. The system itself is violence.
Look, I saw a video, and she's dumb for saying that. That's real stupid to say. Charlie Kirk was a not power player at all. He was a sacrificial lamb. To act like there's even it's so beyond stupid to have shot at him. It's not like
I agree with that.
It's
That's
not
what
a
she's
leader. It's some guy. But after I saw the video, I don't get nothing good off what she's saying. I'm like, shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
That's what I'm thinking, because I saw that guy's blood spray out of his neck.
For sure.
messed
But that's
me
not
up.
what she's talking about. She's talking about the
Now's
fact
not the
that
time for you
we've been
big words, lady.
conditioned by a political system that is violent. And when that is the case, violence begets violence. And that's what will happen.
It's still too vague. This is deliberate. It's not a problem with the system other than they make these killers on purpose and they do this. This is not a thing of the system. Most of these people are fat gender blob. They couldn't do a push-up. Okay, they make these killers on purpose for us all to see
I agree with that.
and be traumatized. So this is vague nonsense from someone who I'm guessing doesn't think there's a bigger plan above what they say.
Oh no,
and I see a lot
definitely does. No,
Yeah, well, I mean, come on.
You should go check out her work. She's
this
very
is
aware.
Sirhan, obviously.
No,
this is
she's
Sirhan.
very aware.
So it's not society. It's called the CIA and Mossad and the Pentagon. And you should be real specific and not vague about we're all to blame. No, we're not.
No, that's not what she's saying at all. That's not what she's saying at all. But we'll move on. We'll move on because
No,
it's
it
not
isn't
worth
exactly. Dude, to
arguing
watch
about.
that on TV is so crazy.
No, I agree.
I've never seen that in
And
years of seeing violence.
Yeah, no, she agrees. Like that's not the point that she was making. But we'll move on. So Super Mario Brothers,
No.
up, down, right,
No,
whatever
that's
it
not
was.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
The 500 kg bomb in that game. There's a sniper rifle you can get in that game, or so. Like, I don't get that, and I don't remember any dialogue of "Hey, fascist, catch." I mean, maybe the last killer at that Catholic church did the same thing. He wrote stuff on each magazine of his for his gun. He wrote a different slogan.
The chilling engravings on bullet casings are invoking comparisons with Luigi Mangione, who prosecutors say scrawled messages on the bullets used to kill United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Like Luigi, Tyler Robinson is young and intelligent and had so much going for him before allegedly lashing out with a mindless act of violence. The Kirk's assassin left behind bullet casings with political messages. One says, "Hey fascists, catch." Another says, "Bella Ciao Ciao Ciao," a song used in the video game Far Cry 6, and which radical elements have adopted as an anti-fascist anthem.
And there's a pattern now that's picking up. Do you see?
Yeah.
And there's some online thing where they make it a troll on top of it. But like I said, I don't know. This is all
fishy.
Yeah, like
to say the least.
That is a thing that they do at a certain age of shooter now.
Yeah.
Which I find very suspicious.
It's very meme culture, and it seems to be very intentional. It feels as if they're like kind of planting seeds to trigger certain people. That's what it feels like to me.
I don't see. Is that guy trans? I don't think he was.
No, not. And that's the thing. Steven Crowder said that he got inside information that there was trans ideology written, and that's not the case.
This meme culture shooter thing, man, and that's another thing. Like, for him to shoot like that, that means he's into guns, because Charlie Kirk got shot right after saying something about how we should be able to have guns, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's clearly, let's say he's not an assassin created by somebody. Let's say it's just some dude that went online a lot. That means he shoots with that gun. I mean, that's not a shot you make your first time shooting. Do you know what I mean? So that's a gun enthusiast. So that's why I'm not like, oh, they don't want guns to be legal. Well, clearly he does.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the online thing. Don't underestimate that furry crap. And when bronies became a thing,
I remember bronies.
Yeah, and all this is DARPA stuff. The online, and I remember that woman at the conference. We're studying very closely how people make connections and blah blah blah.
That's DARPA's specialty. DARPA has created some of the most influential technologies, including the project that became the internet.
Yeah.
Right. There's years they've been studying this and also creating it. It's mass-produced MK Ultra.
The chilling photo was taken at a military recruiting event. Tyler Robinson also posed with an anti-tank missile launcher. Here's what we've learned about the 22-year-old suspect accused of the political assassination that is shocking America.
Tyler Robinson.
He graduated from Pineview High School in Washington, Utah in 2021. Graduation photos with his proud mom, Amber, show him with a lei made from dollar bills as a graduation gift. Whip smart, his ACT score is 34, the top 1%, and he had a 4.0 grade point average. His mom took video the moment he learned he had earned a scholarship.
Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University.
But the family's joy was short-lived. He attended Utah State University for just one semester before dropping out. I spoke with criminologist Casey Jordan.
He really just does fit the profile of somebody who falls into a rabbit hole, has a feeling of disillusionment and isolation. This kind of person is usually very immature and often at a crux in their life where they feel like nothing is turning out as they planned.
The Robinsons seem like an all-American family. Tyler was raised in this $600,000 six-bedroom home with hunting trophies on the walls. Social media posts show family vacations and fishing trips. His mom works with disabled people and his father, Mark, owns a kitchen countertop business. But Utah's governor says Tyler Robinson's life took a dark turn.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
He said that at a family dinner before the shooting, Robinson vented about the visit of Charlie Kirk to Utah Valley University.
They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.